All right, y'all, you at Twin City Firewood. I'm glad you're here. Pretty morning here in Tennessee, a little cooler than what we've been getting. I'm fixing to cut this pile of wood up here with my 572, and then I got to make a delivery after that. But before then, I wanted to tell you about something that might interest you, especially if you got a super splitter or if you're looking at getting one. So I had a viewer or subscriber, whatever you want to call it, reach out to me. And he has a super splitter, and he's had one for a while evidently. He come up with a way to grease these bearings, and it's pretty slick. And I'll show you a little more about it, but he reached out to me, want to know if I'd be interested in one of these brackets that he's come up with. And of course I said, sure, I'd like to do that. And anyways, evidently he's a super nice guy. Must be pretty smart to come up with this. He wouldn't let me pay him. He tried to get his PayPal information, all that. He wouldn't let me pay him. We swapped out some stickers, which I feel like I come out better on that end, but he come up with a pretty slick little deal for these, to make these bearings greasable. And I'll show you that and show you kind of how I put them on. So stick around, maybe you'll like it. So what it is this little guide, I guess you'd call it right here. That's what I call it anyway. And it's got a cam follower or a bearing back in here. I'm not sure if I can get you a good angle on it. And this is what he sent me. And I'm pretty sure his must be maybe a HD model or the special edition, because it looks like it's got places for 2 of these bearings, rollers, whatever. But let's see if it'll work for my J model. He packaged it up real nice, even wrote the topping outside for me. What the deal is with these is there's no real way to grease this roller. And I have had it, the rack, sometimes it doesn't want to return. And I've looked, and I'm pretty diligent about cleaning this little bearing off. I keep a scraper over here on the side, right there, just to keep it cleaned off. And I keep WD-40 in my bucket down here. And this has happened a few times where it's actually getting gummed up under here. So I'll just take my hand and clean it out. But being able to grease this bearing will help out for sure. So y'all stick with me. Let's see if this little bracket will work on the J model. And if it does, any of y'all that are running any kind of super splitter, any model of what I mean, you may be interested in that. So far, I think it's going to work. Looks like the bolts are lining up. And I went ahead and took my hood off. I'm a little embarrassed to show you under my hood. It was dirty, so I cleaned it out a little bit. And I think my fox pups are out playing. Let's see if I can get them out. There's one right there. There's 2 of them. There we go. Well, they went on there like no money. Wasn't no trouble at all. And no, I'm not going to paint them because I like the color match. We got the numbers off that to specifically match this worn and weathered look of the table. No, I don't think there's any need in painting. It's just going to wear off, and it does match that. And when you get ready to hit your alum out with some grease, all you got to do is pull it out just a touch. Thank you, Mr. Harold. I think that's going to work just fine. I appreciate you. So if y'all are interested in getting a bracket like that makes some bearings greasable, I will attach his email up here, and I'll try to figure out how to link a video that he made to those. It's pretty slick. It went on very easy and super easy to get to. But it got me to thinking about him and others in YouTube land. And I deal with people in the public regularly for my everyday job. And I go through spells where, just like anything, but I go through spells where people just disappoint me. And I just want to come down here and get by myself, either in the woods hunting or down here in the wood yard, and just be by myself, because people just disappoint me. And rarely do I disappoint myself because I know what to expect, you know. So, but I'm not on that deal right now. I'm not in one of those spells. It's right the opposite, actually. Just got back a couple weeks ago from the Hoosier Firewood event. Met some killer people. I've talked about that. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but there's a few people that gave me some things and just made some gestures that I was truly taken back by, you know. And then I get home and I had some similar stuff. And so what I'm saying is there's good people far and wide, you know. And I could name names, and I hate to get into that. So some of y'all that watch this channel know who you are, because some of y'all are in YouTube land I've had dealings with. Last weekend I made 3 deliveries. Every one of them was just a pleasure to deal with. One of them was a veteran. Delivered a half a cord to him. Super nice fella. Then I got back and I had a guy. He's actually my source for my totes back there. And he wanted a tote. He just got an outdoor fireplace, so he's been getting wood from me, not so desirable. I hate for him to pay because he hooks me up with these totes, you know. Super nice guy. So anyways, he wanted a tote and he wanted me to bring it to him in my tractor. He's only about 1.5 miles from here. So I said, yeah, sure, we can do that. And I got there and he insisted on paying me, and I didn't want to insult the man by not taking it, you know. So we traded and he pretty well tipped me. And I just thought, man, that's cool, and I appreciate that. Then here comes his neighbor, and he wanted a tote of wood, but he wanted short pieces for a solo stove. I want to know if I had anything. And I said, yeah, I think I do. Me and the boys, I'm trying to teach my boys how to hand split. And any cutoff pieces that are short, anything less than 16 inches, we'll hand split just for exercise. And I'm trying to teach them, we call it batting practice, because I'm trying to build the muscles up, you know. He got a tote of wood, looked like that right there, but it was full and heaped over. And that's just some short pieces me and the boys been working on. That he was tickled to death. He said he wants another. And he tipped me a little bit of money. Then I had another fella. He worked for the county. He helped put in a culvert here a couple years ago. And he wanted just the plastic out of these totes. And he offered to pay me. I gave him 2 of them. And he offered to pay me. I wouldn't take any money for him. I mean, he's doing me a favor getting rid of them, you know. Anyways, he told me that he knows of a place where people would buy them and probably bring $20 a piece. I said, man, I'd be glad just for somebody to take them. So he goes to a sale once a month, and he swings right by here through my area, and he said he would pick up any I wanted to get rid of. He would take them to the sale and bring me the money. I said, no, I appreciate that, but and whether he does or not, he can keep the money. He's doing me a favor getting rid of them. So I'm saying all that to say this: there's still a lot of good people out there, and I want to believe that, and I truly do believe that. And if I'm wrong about that, y'all don't convince me otherwise, because I want to keep believing that. Even when I get disappointed and people piss me off or aggravate me, I want to know that there's still a lot of good folks out there. And like I said, if I'm wrong about that, well, some things is just better not to know any better. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for staying with me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for doing whatever it is that y'all do. I hope that y'all are blessed, and I hope that you be a blessing. Y'all come back, see me. See y'all.